What's going on? It's your boy Sermon, at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Rick Ross is back with yet another single, but no album information yet. This time he has a collaboration with Chainz and Gucci Mane titled Buy Back the Block. The three hit Atlanta last month to shoot the video, but unfortunately it was broken up by gunfire, and I'm gonna assume that they eventually finished the video and it should be coming soon. For as much as Rick Ross's ear for production is praised, I don't feel like this year the singles that he's been dropping have been anything special in that department. I think now that Ross is kind of, we come to expect something from Ross. We know what we're getting when we listen to his music. At the time when people started really praising his ear for production, he kind of was coming into his own. He was established, yes, but he was sort of reestablishing himself. He was doing the whole BMF, and he was coming out with Rich Forever. So he still had stuff to prove. Now it feels like he's mastered that sound, and it's maybe time to go somewhere else. But if not, then I think he's just going to continue to be on this like steady path that he's been on. I'm not saying that the beat for Buy Back the Block is bad, but I don't think it really stands out among everything else. It sounds like a type of beat that a lot of people would choose, including Chainz and Gucci Mane. Personally, I enjoyed Gucci Mane's verse the most. I think his self-awareness is something that I really like. It's a side of him that I find myself being more fascinated with. He says, God, thank you for my punishment. It made me wise. Punishment being going to prison. And I like that he's able to kind of reflect and see like the positive in the bad. Like, nobody wants to go to prison, but in the long run, I think it helped Gucci a lot more than being out would have ever done. He also starts off his verse by saying, I sold 10 bricks a day, now I need 10 Chick-fil-A's. Ross is rubbing off on Gucci, that whole business mind. And Gucci, if you're really serious about opening 10 Chick-fil-A's, put one in West Seattle. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Ross's boss talk at the end was amusing. I found his verse to be good, but I think the boss talk at the end was like the icing on the cake. For Ross, he's been adapting. That's like a central theme in his entire career. You look at where he's at now versus when he first started in around 2006. I'm going to say not when he first started, but when he first started gaining traction. And it's kind of crazy. It's been 10 years. Now Ross is kind of like the archetype for what you should be doing past just making music. At some point, making music doesn't bring in as much revenue, especially when you look at Ross being in here for 10 years, and the money that he's making in 2006 with album sales and touring and everything else probably doesn't even compare to what he makes in 2016. And I say that in a bad way. It's probably diminished a little bit. But Ross has been able to sort of incorporate a lot of business. He has multiple wing stops. He has other restaurants across the country. Like, he knows what it takes to be business oriented. So Ross says he wants to own a mall, and I'm thinking, damn, who really just like walks around selling a mall? Like, hey bro, I got this mall, you trying to buy this? It's got 65 stores, it's got a food court, 2 floors. Like, I'm just thinking like how absurd it is to think that. And it's funny because I don't really think about like people actually owning malls, like one person owning a mall. Ross is continually trying to scoop up more business, and that's a good thing. He jokes that his mom likes gas stations, so he might buy her one, and for Texaco to holler at him. It's like a vintage Ross outro. It's up there with some of his greatest ones in his career. So this song, Buy Back the Block, makes me further excited for whatever album, mixtape, whatever he decides to do. I still have no idea if that's coming this year, if it's coming next year, more than likely next year, but I still feel like Ross might sneak something in before the year's over with. So those are my thoughts on Buy Back the Block featuring Chainz and Gucci Mane. Let me know what you think about the record in the comment section below, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermon's Domain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.